Pete Marr here for B-Sides. I'm at Portola 2024. So many great performers, including Rebecca Black, who joins us now for the Yippity Yappity. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good.
So good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I was utterly amazed that you remembered this face, this conversation that we had at
some things are unforgettable.
Rickshaw Stop, San Francisco.
Yeah, that was probably like close to 3 years ago. But
Almost,
it was, so much has changed. It's crazy how far away like that time of the pandemic and 2020 and all that feels.
Yeah. That's literally what was going through my mind. When I first saw you on the lineup, I was like, man, Rebecca's come a long way.
Thank you.
And also, gosh, I haven't seen her or spoken to her since that time. So congratulations on all the stuff and things that have been going on with you and whatnot.
Thank you.
How's life? How are you enjoying life right now?
Life is good. I mean, I talk about this with my friends all the time. I'm 27 and I've never felt like younger than I do right now, which I think I've spent a lot of my life being a kid in the industry and growing up really trying to like pretend I'm older than I am or fit in with adults or consider myself as an adult to be taken seriously. And now I think I'm like at that stage in life where things start to like reverse, but I like it. I like the chaos of everything.
What aspects of life, personal or professional, are making you feel younger? Because I get it.
Yeah.
I think now, a couple of years removed from the pandemic, everybody has this rejuvenation for life.
Yeah. I think for so long I was like so desperate to find the secret or the hack to be taken seriously, and in that I was like really trying to take myself very seriously. And as I've entered this stage of my life, I've actually realized like the less serious you take everything, including yourself, like just one, the more like joy that you have, and two, the more opportunity there is to do something new or stumble into like a new piece of life that might be confusing and difficult on the onset, but and this goes both personal and professionally. Like this year has been a shit show on all fronts, but it's been a really like positive show in a lot of ways, and I'm coming out just feeling, I don't know, like okay and comfortable with, again, like chaos and quickness, which I think I was very afraid of as someone who like loves stability.
Yeah.
I
think a lot of people can relate to that because and also empathize with that, because you have been in the spotlight, a notable name throughout the majority of your life now, half of your life, because you're 27.
Yep.
You first became notorious when you were 13, right? So
I'll take that.
13,
I'll take
14
notorious.
years.
Yeah.
Of people knowing who Rebecca Black is, and you pivoted, and I think you've gained a lot of respect from a lot of people as well, and you have a lot of people that got your back, both from a fan and professional point of view. So congratulations on that. I think that's
Thank you.
Notable.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
To see you on the lineup for Portola is amazing.
I'm really excited about this festival. I mean, when I found out that I was going to be able to do this, it felt, it's always like a big pinch me kind of moment, because I look at these lineups and they're full of my favorite artists. Like last night I got to go watch Fortet right behind him and go see Jamie XX, who are like artists that like I was dying to see at festivals when I was like 16, and like discovering my identity through music and discovering my taste. I was loving A.G. Cook's set. I'm so excited to see Justice tonight. Like, it's crazy to see your name amongst people that you really admire, and again, on that like being taken seriously note, like it's so validating, and I just get excited to put on hopefully like a unique and surprising show from what people might expect.
How has your set changed since you started doing your own headlining shows?
It's developed a lot. This iteration of the show, about a year and a half ago, I brought in dancers and kind of changed the direction of where I was wanting to go with my live set, and it is, I think, very full of surprises no matter how many times you've seen it. It's got a lot of Easter eggs to my world, and I just have a lot of fun up there with my boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is based upon the experience that you've been collecting as you've been performing at shows, learning what works and what doesn't work, how to elevate certain aspects and those kind of things, right?
Yeah, I think I've tapped back into the like child version of myself that performed and did a lot of theater and loved the communal aspect of putting on a show. Like, I love being able to tap into everyone's different ideas and thoughts and voices that make a show feel really cohesive and unique. And I think the show is made out of many minds that I appreciate and respect, and it's grown through that. Like, my dancers, Charles and CJ, who have been with the show and toured the show with me for the last year and a half, like, are such an integral part of the identity of it, and I really love that aspect of it.
You are fresh off of your Boiler Room debut.
Yes.
Your set that had a lot of people talking. There's a lot of positive, and I am a part of that group of the positive. I mean, you were just vibing up there. You did the mashup. I thought it was great.
Thank you.
And then you had some other people that were chirping as well.
Girl.
And I think that comes with the territory. You're used to the chirping. Like, how much of it do you just brush away, and how much of it do you just, I don't know, absorb and learn?
I'm a partaker of the culture. Like, I watch the conversation and I learn from it just like everybody else. I think it's fascinating to see such like a dynamic and full conversation be had over a set that hasn't aired. I did think 45 or 60-minute set, and I think I posted maybe like 60 seconds worth of material from it. So it's fascinating to watch people draw their conclusions and put it into context with something that isn't out there. And I think I've experienced that on many different levels throughout the course of my life. And yeah, I have nothing to say other than I learn and watch and enjoy the conversation just as much as anybody else. And I'll take being a conversation starter any day.
Yeah. That's what I admire about you, is that you take the punches and you just keep doing what you're doing, and you have a vision you want to execute. Like I said, we're all human, so we learn from our mistakes, and then you just pick back up and either pivot or build upon what works and what you enjoy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've genuinely never known a life on the internet without that.
Yeah.
So there's few things that would surprise me at this point.
I got a chance to check out your new track that you're going to release.
Okay.
And I think it's a banger.
Thank you.
The vocals, the sonics. Give me the tea on the catalyst for the idea and how that all came to be, how much of the production that you had a hand in and the direction of the song.
For sure. I took some time to develop what I wanted to do next after my debut album, because Let Her Burn was a project of like so much love and labor and exploration and experimentation, and I kind of dove straight into that after the project I had released before that, which is called Rebecca Black Was Here. And I needed to kind of like step out and not try immediately to just see what came next, because I really didn't want to just make what I was making before. I wanted to develop, I wanted to progress, I wanted to look at what I felt excited about. And there were a few songs that came before Trust that felt like really indicative of where I was meant to go next. And I'm excited for everybody to hear those songs too. And Trust came at a place where I really knew this was the sound I wanted. This was the direction. I wrote Trust about a year ago. I don't know if I'm even supposed to say the title. I just realized that, but whatever.
No, you are.
But I wrote Trust about a year ago, and it was at a really poignant place of capturing a specific kind of energy. And I don't want to give too much away about that, I guess, until it's really out and we can talk about it. But I'm excited for people to hear, I guess, the newer aspects of myself that have never really existed within songs before. Like, I think Trust and a lot of the songs on my next project are like the least soft I've ever been, and like the most harsh and the most vulnerable in a lot of ways. I think I've like laid a lot out on the table that you'll either understand it immediately or you won't. And that's kind of the ethos of my career.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to put that out there as bluntly as I ever have.
How much of the aspect of trust relates to you in particular, meaning trust your instincts, trust what you are trying to convey and put out into the world?
I mean, it's everything. It's
because it
not
could be
only
construed as the other way.
Well,
where it's external,
and it means
right?
it all. I think that trust is a conversation that you're having with somebody else, and a conversation you're having with somebody that you're letting into your life. I think it's also a conversation of like learning to trust yourself. I mean, the main kind of hook in trust is a question of what you can handle. And I think that that's a question I'm asking myself every day. And I love asking myself.
Where do you find the strength to handle the things that you do?
Girl, I don't know. You just have to jump in. I think I am good, if nothing else, at jumping through fear. Because I think you learn so much on the other side of it. And not knowing the outcome of something and choosing to do something anyways is the biggest opportunity for growth, and oftentimes like the most like exciting experiences to go through.
Do you think you captured some of that innocence from your youth that you had at one point to be able to forge this path, to be able to just jump in and go down this direction?
A lot of it has to do with tapping back into who I was as a kid, for sure, which I was like probably annoyingly so a big go-getter. I didn't really feel like I had any barriers amongst like my creative abilities, no matter how delusional that was. And that's also a big theme amongst my next project, is like tapping into I think everyone should have a healthy dose of like delusion of grandeur for themselves.
100%.
And then, you know, you can be a villain with that if you want. But I think that can exist in a really positive way for everyone.
I love it. Like I said, you have shown so much strength throughout all the adversity. We had this conversation before, so...
it was 3 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah,
we can have it again.
No. I'm not here to do a therapy session. But I'm trying to say that you are an inspiration for a lot of people if they just look back at your history and where you are now and still doing the thing and doing what you want, no fear, and now having the fan base that you do is a testament to your strength.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up, what is the timeline for the project? Because I know this is going to be part of something.
I don't know if I can say, genuinely.
Okay. How about ballpark? 2025?
I think once we start, we won't be stopping is the best I can say.
Okay.
But when I know, you'll know.
Okay. Great to see you.
You too. Thank you.
And best of luck with everything. Really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Rebecca Black at Portola with B-Sides.